All right, welcome to Overtakes. This is Misfit.
This is Kel.
All right, we're going to do a little Week 2 recap. What'd you think of the action this weekend, Kel?
I think this was, we had some really strong games, a few weak duds, but that's to be expected at this point. But I think we had probably some of the best matches we've had yet.
Yeah, especially on
Saturday.
Saturday was great. Friday had some good stuff. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of duds in there, but I mean, it's going to happen.
Right.
We're going to get into some action talk, but we're going to get this out of the way first. We're not going to spend the whole damn show like everybody else is doing on Dallas. They have their problems. XQC getting suspended, you open your mouth like an idiot, and that's what's going to happen in this league and in any professional sports league. Mm-hmm. That's all I want to say about that.
Their problems are much deeper than XQC, but at the same time, they still have the potential to be a really good team once they get it together.
They do. You can see, and I think they ran there was a clip of their comms from the Houston game, and it was just total confusion. Mm-hmm. Their communication sucks right now, and they have great players, and they'll get it together, and they'll be back in this. The teams that are winning and the teams that are improving are sticking to a 6-man lineup and rotating guys in and out. I mean, obviously Florida doesn't have any rotation, but they're improving.
Right.
Houston, they have a couple guys they bring in and out. They're not. They're improving. Dallas is running guys in, running guys out. They're just there's no cohesion. It seems like
every map they're swapping out. They're never keeping the same lineup from map to map. Yeah,
and I'm not saying anything against Mickey playing Roadhog, but when you have Taimu, why would you put Mickey on Roadhog in that situation? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
On to the matches that actually were competitive and not a shit show.
So starting off, we had the Shock and Philly early game.
That was a great first match.
That was an excellent match.
And San Francisco, like we said for preseason, they're looking good. They lost the match, but you know what? You can see there's another team that's improving. Mm-hmm. And and they're keeping a core lineup in there. And they're going. Philadelphia, they look good. You can see they haven't played a lot together. I mean, they probably have Diva Main speaking. They have the best Diva because he knows how to use the damn ultimate.
Yeah.
He doesn't fling it off the fucking map just to remake.
Just in general, I think his diva play is just top notch.
And he's aggressive. He knows when to be aggressive. Mm-hmm. He knows how to use the ultimate. And it's one of those things that drives you nuts when you play diva. And these guys are on a different level than me. You got a 1,000 HP bomb. Why are you throwing it? Throw it at somebody at least.
Right.
You might not hit something
I understand zoning here and there.
Zoning is like on a 2CP map, I definitely get zoning.
Right.
But if you got, guys hanging around a corner, dump that bomb in there. If you pick off one support, you've done something.
Right, because there's places where you can zone and get kills, and that's Poco's specialty. His whole thing is, they were talking about it in the broadcast of how he deliberately practices.
In the custom games, just set up a map that has been coming up a lot, and you figure out the angles.
Right.
And, you figure out a little sneaky spot here to drop a bomb.
Right.
Except for, in the... you didn't really get sneaky on Oasis. When the Graviton Diva Bomb combo is one of the best.
Oh, it's so funny.
And that was crucial on that map too. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that was the best game of the day. We saw a lot of good play. Carpe
for sure
was great. I like the Fusion. Shadowburn's insane. Mm-hmm. They have a lot. They're playing well. You can see though that they don't have as much time together as some of the other teams.
You see them get a little bit discombobulated when they really get hit with like a big push. There was definitely a few times where San Francisco dove them and they had completely threw Philly off.
Yeah, they had no response.
No response.
Their tank play and their DPS play are their best. I like Boombox on the Zenyatta. They're okay on the supports.
I think for both of those teams, really, their supports are their weakness.
Dak is good. He's not. He doesn't. I don't think he likes playing Mercy. In fact, I think he said it after one of the matches. It might have been on day 4. Okay, so rest of that was the best match of the day.
Yeah, because the other two were just kind of...
They were kind of wipeouts, but the second match was more interesting than the third match of the day.
Yeah.
because
Florida put up a decent fight against Seoul.
I
was surprised. Like
Yeah.
they're
gelling a little bit now.
Yeah, they're starting to come together. They're looking like a more cohesive team.
And they're pretty loose when they go out there. They seem to be having fun no matter what's going on, which is going to help. Because I think one of the problems was, and we had talked about this before, Logic's on the LAN, he had a lot of problems. I think he's getting more comfortable, and you can see his tracer play is coming back in, and he's doing well on 76, but I mean, anywhere near Seoul Dynasty right now.
Oh my god. And the sheer dominance of Fleta.
Fleta and Rouge-Hong on Zenyatta is just, he's like another Widowmaker. Does he miss a right click?
Feels like he doesn't. It really feels like him and Jjonak are probably
Jjonak.
They're just.
And Jjonak is like ruthless. He's like, he's pretty much like, I want to kill people.
Yeah, he's like
Zenyatta.
another DPS.
Yeah,
he's doing more DPS than some of their actual DPS are.
Yeah, and it's not like their DPSs are any slouches either.
Right. It's just that much more impressive.
Yeah, but I mean, what can you say about Seoul? You got Fleta and playing Pharah, probably the most dominant Pharah on a map that I probably saw.
Oh my god!
Even it was against my team, and I'm just going, wow, this guy is so goddamn good. And he doesn't miss rockets.
Whether it's air to air, air to ground, he's just drilling people.
And he's like psychic with the predictions of movements and everything.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, we could do the Fleta show for a couple hours and just talk about him. But other than that, the Florida put up a fight, but Seoul did what Seoul does, and that's just, like we were talking earlier, I've dubbed Seoul the Borg, like from Star Trek lore.
Next Generation.
Yeah. Some of your younger folk probably don't know what that is. Google it. Basically, and I'm not saying they act like them on stage or anything like that. I'm saying they play like the Borg in that they have this hive mind, they adapt to what you're doing, and then they wipe you out. Mm-hmm. They systematically annihilate you. Resistance is futile. 4-0.
Their ability to change and adapt to situations, like as soon as there's a run or like things start to go poorly, you can see the things start to churn and they pull back and then they come back and just wipe them. It's unreal. It's really their ability to
their coordination and their teamwork is just. I don't see anyone beating Seoul in the near future. Maybe when they play New York, I think that's going to be a good matchup.
That's going to be the match to watch, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
So moving on to Houston and Shanghai. I mean, there's
really nothing to say.
Yeah.
Shanghai needs and I'm going to say it, they need a new coach or something. They do not adapt. Like of all the other teams that we're talking about that have learned some stuff, they've improved in areas, and you can visibly see it. You cannot see it with Shanghai. They're doing the same bullshit every damn match.
Yep.
And Houston just fucking steamrolled them.
Yeah. It
wasn't even worth. I mean, that was the ugliest match. I mean, you could say the Seoul Florida match was bad, but there were moments when Florida kind of made a push, and you're like, oh wow, they could take this point. Something could happen. Going into the next day, because we're done talking about this, another shit show. Houston just dismantling Dallas, and Dallas didn't get the first point on Junkertown, which Junkertown's their thing, but they ran a fucked up, another fucked up lineup.
That was when they ran.
They ran Mickey on Roadhog.
Yeah, that's when they ran Mickey on Roadhog instead of Taimu, and it's like, what are you doing? Why obviously your team's best Roadhog and one of the best Roadhogs in the league. Why would you not put him out there? It just was mind-boggling, and you could see why it didn't work because.
We got LeBron James. You know what? Let's put in Tristan Thompson just to see what happens. Wrong.
We're going to put in Chetty Osman in crunch time.
We got Tom Brady out there. You know what? Let's put Brian Hoyer and see what happens. I think he can do well. I'm not saying Mickey's on Brian Hoyer level, but you get the point.
Yeah.
And I think Mickey's a good player. It's just, and his Roadhog was good too. It wasn't horrible.
No.
It just wasn't on Taimu's level.
Right. Whereas Taimu he's a game changer. He's one of those guys where he'll come out and he just takes over. When his Roadhog is on, it's just nasty.
Yeah.
last week's matches when they were playing
Seoul.
They were playing Seoul.
He was just
Taimu was just on fire.
Yeah, he was just ripping people up. I think we've really talked enough about that, and everybody else is talking enough about Dallas. It was a shit show. Houston stomped them. Houston had almost a more dominant weekend than Seoul.
They did
play Shanghai, but I mean, they did mash Dallas, and it's not like Dallas is bad, but at this point, I don't know.
Right.
Individually, Dallas is great. Together, not so much.
Not yet.
All right.
They'll get there, but they're a long ways off.
Now on to New York and LA.
Another mashing by New York.
Yeah.
I mean, LA put up a fight. They
did good on some maps.
They put up a valiant fight.
They did.
But
valiant
it just
effort.
was not enough.
But Excelsior.
They are the kings right now.
I think so too. And the thing is they got that 3-headed monster DPS with Libero, Pine off the bench, and Sabiobi. And then the one thing that I think they might have touched on it, but they have the best Mercy player in the league right now in Arc.
Oh, yeah.
You never hear that was a horrible Valkyrie.
Bad timing on this Valkyrie. Like, you didn't really need to use it there. Not once have I heard them say that about Arc.
And he knows when to res, who to res. As much. I mean, you're not watching the game to watch Mercy play.
No.
But that's key because he's never out of the fight, which means none of their tanks are ever down. Jjonak can fucking kill everybody because, well, Mercy's there healing him, and well, he's just shooting people's heads off.
Oh my god! As a Zen player, I love watching Jjonak because not only is he just dominating.
I'm not a Zen player anymore.
He's still healing. His
game sense
ults are
ridiculous.
insane. Just everything about his. And when you see him play anything else, you're like, wait, why are you not playing Zen?
Please go back to Zen. Well,
because that's not even anything against any of his other characters. That's just how good he is at Zen.
And the thing is what he's doing with Zen is, and it's ridiculous to think this, is he's creating space for Sabiobi and for Libero.
Right,
and for Pine.
You go on the open, you're going to get 5
sniped.
orbs in your freaking head.
The Orb Assasin.
Right.
Their tank play is probably the weakest part, and it's not bad.
Right.
It's just their supports and their DPS are just that dopey.
Good. When you have to focus him, and actually Pine and Libero play really well together.
Yeah, they did too.
Libero really takes advantage of people going after Pine or anybody besides him.
Yeah, and they're so tactically ruthless. It's awesome.
Man.
We said Seoul is kind of the Borg. They're like the fucking Klingons, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Going on to the Fusion and the Gladiators. This was definitely the match of this
that was
day.
a fun match.
This was incredible to watch.
Why is Philadelphia always involved in, hey, the best match of the day? They keep things close. And you know what? Honestly, the Gladiators keep things close a lot too. I mean, that was a great match.
It really was.
We saw a lot of good action from Carpe.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Nuts. Hydration was going off a little bit. This was a good match. Just really, really fun all around.
Seeing, some of the, there was a few really good plays from Shaz, but I think people are catching on to how good Shaz is, so they're really focusing him, which hurts them because he is so good that they have to stop him, but it's not in the case of, Pine, where you focus him down.
You
get picked off by other people. Unfortunately, they just don't have the.
And then you lose cohesion. The healing.
Right, and then you're losing healing as well as damage.
The all-important Zen ult charge and stuff like that, is when he's not in there, you get the extra healing. Big Goose is good on Mercy. They're lucky, that he is. Mm-hmm. But that being said, though, they still... every map was, within one.
Right. I think what really hurts Los Angeles more than anything is their tank play.
Yeah, it's good. It's not... outstanding.
But there's definitely been a few times where I've seen iRemix just jump into a 1v5 and just get torched.
Fraggy does it too, but he seems to be backing down a little bit on it.
Yeah.
I like his Winston play.
They just need to
get
on
better.
The same page, those two, and they'll be fine. Because, there's been moments where iRemix has had some phenomenal plays, but his bad plays are definitely getting outnumbered, or are outnumbering his good plays.
Yes, they are. Their DPS, depending on who's in, they're good. But that being said, I mean, they beat a Philadelphia team who was pretty hot coming in.
Yeah. And I mean, to come back from down 0-2 in the way that they did, that was, the reverse sweep. The reverse sweep.
And that's, I mean, in this league, that's hard to do.
Oh, man, that Numbani was probably one of the best maps that I've seen yet. Like, that was so fun to watch. Some of the soldier plays that they had on that were absolutely ridiculous. Phenomenal.
And you could see the momentum for Los Angeles building up, and it was just, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, that was...
They kind of steamrolled them, though, in overtime. The Gladiators seem to be all up, and I mean, we've all played Zhang enough, though, I mean...
But they're also getting to that point where I think they've played the most overtime games so far, so they're getting more... They're getting more... real game experience of it, too. And that can only really help them at this point.
Right. Anyway, so that was first 2 days. So, don't forget, if you like us, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe, hit the bell, get alerts, all that good stuff.
Check us out on Twitter and soon to be Twitch. We will be doing some Twitch stuff. Maybe not this week, but
we got some Twitch stuff coming up.
Twitch stuff.
Yes, where we're gonna be playing some quick matches and some deathmatch, maybe jump into some comp. We're going to be doing that and talking about Overwatch League while we're doing it, kind of make it an open conversation.
Yeah.
With that. So, all right, guys, we'll talk to you later.
Later, guys.